Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another watch along with your boy, Gary, aka the coach in the house, and Tony, the pugilist boy. Bat, bat, boom! To watch Arsenal at home to Southampton. I'm just getting everything set up, so I'm going to leave it in the capable hands of young Gary for a second.
I haven't been called young in a while, mate. Yes, welcome everybody. Welcome, D. The team news shows a couple of changes. There is no Jurriën Timber today. Obviously, Ben White's still out injured, so it looks like Thomas Partey will play the hybrid right back role. Jesus leads the line. So what are your thoughts on the team? Tony, can you put the team up there if you've got it, please?
Give me a minute and I'll get that up.
Yep, no worries, Mick. So 5 minutes before kickoff. So the team is Raya in goal. Thomas Partey, we think, will start as a hybrid right back. Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiore, Jorginho, Havertz, Rice, Saka, Sterling gets his first start in the Premier League, and Jesus leads the line. So what are your thoughts on the team? For me, I don't really like seeing Partey in this right back role. I just don't want him putting in a sprint down the line, chasing an attacker. I don't want this guy injured. I want him to be managed through the season. And he's got more chance of picking up an injury playing this role, which will hamper us in the long run. That's my only problem with that. Obviously, today is the return of Aaron Ramsdale, who is currently in the tunnel, cuddling the Arsenal players. He embraces Raya, Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, big hugs. Thomas Partey comes over to shake his hand. And obviously, Ramsdale's had a lot to say this week about his reasons for leaving and how, to him, winning the trophy sitting on the bench really wouldn't have counted, which I think is an admirable way to be. So let's hope he doesn't have a blinder, and let's hope we can stick 4 or 5 past him. So the players are coming out onto the pitch. The carpet looks immaculate as ever, and looking forward to what some may think will be an easy afternoon, but we take nothing for granted in the Premier League. Well done. So obviously Liverpool won 1-0 earlier on against Crystal Palace. Eddie Nketiah actually scored in that game after 22 seconds, but unfortunately he was offside. But Liverpool looked very strong. So I think, it's not just about Man City and Arsenal. Liverpool are always going to have a say in what happens in this title race. So 1 minute away from kickoff. I thought that Marino might get a start today after his substitute appearance against PSG. But obviously with other injuries, that has been put off for a later date. So on the bench, we have Neto, Martinelli, Kivior, Tomiyasu, Trossard, Marino, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, and Butler Odedeji. I see the under-21s who were 2-0 up against Tottenham at half-time are now losing 4-2. That game is almost over. So the teams are just coming out of their huddles. And Southampton do have a very interesting player. This Tyler Diblin likes to run with the ball, likes to take people on. So we have to hope that he doesn't have much of an impact. But we shall find out as the game is just about to get underway. So Southampton get us underway. And Ramsdale sends it long. Oh. Well, Arsenal don't really deal with the ball. And Southampton in the ascendancy. And the cross is way over hit. And Calafiore can see it out on the far side for an Arsenal throw. Arsenal didn't really deal with that ball very well there. Allowed it to bounce in the air, and Southampton were able to pick up the scraps. And no surprise that it actually came down Arsenal's right-hand side where Thomas Partey and Southampton again in the ascendancy. But Arsenal managed to snuff it out, and it's a free kick in the left-back spot, which Gabriel will take. Knocks it to Raya. Raya out to Saliba.
It's wrong in a number of months.
And Partey into the right-back spot. Knocks it back to Gabriel, to Saliba. And Arsenal comfortable in possession. No press from Southampton. Calafiore out to Sterling, who's closed down quickly. But he manages to knock it back to Gabriel, who knocks it to Saliba, out to Thomas Partey, and Arsenal comfortably play around what little press there was. And it's with Saka, comes inside. Jorginho, all good touch from Havertz. And Southampton can clear. But Arsenal win it back with Thomas Partey. And it's a corner to Arsenal. So first corner of the game. Good afternoon, Emerson. Did you not go to the under-21s, Emerson? So first corner of the game, 2 minutes, 40 seconds in. Saka will take it. And it's hit to the back post. And it's headed down. Oh, and it's a bit of game of pinball. Saliba manages to square it back to Saka. To Sterling, edge of the area. Back out to Saliba, to Sterling. Oh, Saliba slips, still wins the ball. Oh, you got to shoot there. And ball! What's happening there? So Saliba slips. He manages to still cut back inside. Plays a nice little 1-2. Looked to me like there may be a handball, and then someone may have been tripped. But the ball is through with Ramsdale. Oh, it come off Sterling's arm. It come off Sterling's arm twice. And then he was tripped, but I don't think you're going to get a penalty for that, to be honest. And plus, it would have also been handball on Raheem Sterling. But Arsenal spurning the opportunity to have a shot at goal there. And Arsenal win it back with Jesus. He's tried to find Saka in the box, and the cross is overhit, and it's a goal kick to Southampton. And that wasn't really a difficult ball from Jesus. Saka was wide open, and a better ball could have seen Arsenal getting an attempt on target. And Calafiore wins it back. Feeds Havertz. Havertz in turn feeds Saka. Edge of the box. Saka takes his man on, crosses the ball. Oh! And Jesus has his shot blocked. That was goal bound. That would have been 1-0. It clips off of a Southampton player, and it's wide, and Southampton managed to clear. Raya returns it, and Arsenal have got the freedom of the Emirates here. Saka again running at his man into the box, crosses far post, and it's overhit and out for a goal kick. So Arsenal, in the first 5 minutes, have had a good couple of opportunities. I think that would have been a goal for Jesus there. It was Havertz that fed Saka. He beats his man to the byline, pulls it back. And somehow it manages to work its way to Jesus at the far post, who prods it back across the goal, and it just cannons off a Southampton player. But I think if that misses him, that is 1-0. There is no way that Aaron Ramsdale would have got to that. So Southampton trying to play out. Saliba presses well. And Ramsdale gives it away. It's through Sterling. That's a penalty, surely, ref. The refs give a goal kick. So Ramsdale gave it away, trying to play out. Raheem Sterling nicked it, plays a nice 1-2 with Jesus, and it's Bednarek who seems to take Sterling out. Let's have a closer look. It's a lovely take by Sterling. And that is a foul. How do you say not enough contact? He's caught him there. How's that not enough contact? Oh, my God. That is a blatant penalty to Arsenal. How can you say that's not enough contact? The contact is what brings him down. Without the contact, he slots the ball home. He's already round Aaron Ramsdale. So Arsenal have it back here.
It's kind of soft one, because it's like that knee contact, very. Well,
the initial contact was just before he went down. It's what knocked him off balance. And I don't know. Obviously, you didn't see the what do you call it? The Liverpool Crystal Palace game.
Mm.
Van Dijk has clearly pulled Gay back with two hands on his wrist, and they deemed it not enough contact to be a foul. Oh, and Arsenal win it back there, and Partey's ball to Havertz really should have been snapped up. And Havertz turns, and he's got an open goal just to keep it to beat. But Southampton are sticking to their principles here. They want to play football. And so far, it hasn't served them really well. And Saliba just deals with the ball up top and feeds Jorginho. And Jorginho, unlucky, almost set Saka free. But the ball just skips out of play.
For anyone who's trying to see it, it's on Optus Sport 4. I can't give you any more than that if you've got the Optus channels.
I've got it on Premier Live 2. So just under 10 minutes gone. And so far, Southampton, apart from the opening 20-odd seconds, haven't got remotely close to causing us any trouble. We saw Leicester adopt this policy where they're just going to sit back and hope Arsenal can't break through them. But Arsenal have already broke through them a couple of times. So you've got to offer slightly more. Oh, lovely ball. Square it. Oh, come on. Lovely ball from Jorginho. Set Havertz through. And he just took him a little bit too long to make up his mind. And when he does square it, it's cleared. He's onside. And really, it should be one. He shouldn't even take the touch to control it. He just needs to allow that to roll. And it's a simple square to Jesus. Yeah, I remember them days, D, when Arsenal used to come out blitzing the first 15 minutes and be 2-3-0 up. So, second corner of the game, it is Bukayo Saka to take. And Ramsdale gets a touch and it's out the other side for a corner. And he takes that off the head of Havertz.
So D says a gunman up top makes this 1-0 and miss the Arsenal days whereby 25 minutes we're 2 goals up. No worries, constant pressure will fold them. Yeah. I mean, don't forget, we say we miss the old days, but, we scored 89 goals last year. So
91, wasn't it?
Scoring goals ain't really an issue. We might take a little bit longer to get them, but we scored 4 last week, don't forget. 2 in midweek.
Oh, and a corner to the near post. Ramsdale comes, he gets nowhere near it, and Havertz at the front post flicks the ball over the bar. Just a little bit too much on it from Havertz, but Ramsdale nowhere near getting anywhere near that. Calafiore had blocked him off, and if that's a little bit of a lesser flick from Havertz, Arsenal could be in business. Well done, Calafiore. Excellent, Calafiore. Lovely switch. Yeah, we have last week against Leicester, mate. What are you talking about? Get in the box, Havertz. Get away from him. So Arsenal just knocking the ball around at will, really. There's no press from Southampton. What can Sterling do here? How's that not a foul? Havertz wrestled to the floor. And Southampton break now. And Southampton's first spell of possession in the game. And Southampton have had the ball for a whole minute. It's not a great header from Saka, but the shot is easy for Raya. It's straight at him.
See Ipswich have scored again.
When did they play?
West Ham, 1-1.
So Arsenal have had 19 touches so far in the Southampton box. Lovely feet from Saliba. Yeah, I don't think it's so much the fact that there's one shot on target because we haven't got a striker. We just don't play that way where we're willing to shoot. You know, we've had ample opportunities in this first half to pull a trigger and no one wants to take that opportunity. I think sometimes when teams play this way, they just get too stuck into this, want to walk the ball into the net business.
Is it the change of personnel?
No, I don't think so. I just think it's, you know, we've had opportunities. Look here, Jesus, bang it, pass to Saka. Look, still no shot, and it's a weak shot when it comes. You know, we win another corner, but we've had opportunities to shoot, but they just don't take them. They want that next pass. So 4th corner of the game. Saka to take this one. Ramsdale comes again and it's come for another corner. So Declan Rice with this corner. Should have played it short there to Sterling. Look. Play it short to Sterling, man. And the corner's headed in by Havertz, but the whistle had just blown. Before Rice had taken the corner, the referee's blown to say that Calafiore and whichever Southampton player it was were tussling in the area. So Calafiore, someone tried to body check Calafiore, and Calafiore just basically showed him what was what. So Rice again, corners to the back post, and that's straight out of play. That's a foul. And that studs up. So a foul on Saka. He takes studs to the shin. And it's, oh, jeez. That's a nasty tackle, you know. That he studs up just below the knee. So it's a yellow card.
Will VAR check it?
No, of course they won't. Players wearing the wrong colour shirt, Tony. We know this. So Saka's up. And Arsenal go again now. Saka. Oh, God. So a pretty uninspiring first 23 minutes, to be honest. I mean, Arsenal have had a lot of the ball in dangerous areas, but we haven't produced a notable effort on goal, which is very disappointing.
So what I might say is that when you change the team as much as they have today, it might have an impact on the fluidity of the football.
Maybe.
I mean, the simple short and tall of it is, are Jesus and Sterling picking up where the two players that they've replaced have gone away? And the simple answer is not so far.
So Declan Rice gets kicked and Southampton get the free kick. I tell you, the worst thing that we can do is concede a goal to this lot.
Oh, Ramsdale with some good distribution.
He's muffed one today, but don't you think he seems to be scuffing them out along the floor? And he's picking up Southampton players.
Yeah. He's got to get that right, because I guess he knows all about the Arsenal press more than most keepers.
And this was, look, if he's injured, just get him up and we'll take him off the pitch. You're sitting there talking to him for like 3 days. Odegaard in the crowd. And Ben White also in the crowd. No, he's injured. So Southampton replacing Stewart with Cameron Archer. And Arsenal give the ball back to Southampton. And we're ready to go again. Excuse me.
So obviously an injury-induced change. 26 minute. It's going to be about 4 minutes injury time easily.
Come on, Arsenal, liven up. Saka, they're doubling up on Saka all the time. I think that's when he's got to get that ball and he's got to go a little bit quicker before the double up comes. Because he hasn't got the support that he would normally have with a Timber or a Ben White behind him. Because obviously Partey's playing behind him, so he's basically on his own. And Arsenal win a free kick, fouled by Bednarek on Jesus.
Do you know what's interesting, Gal? Is the
What's
fact
that,
that Thomas Partey is versatile enough to play a right back and the CDM. I mean, obviously, Arteta likes players who can play in different roles, but you know, that's an interesting concept. A player like him. Great ball by Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem I have with him playing right back is that I don't want him putting in major sprints to chase people.
Yeah.
You know, because if he picks up the thigh injury or whatever, then he doesn't just pick up an injury where he's out for a week or two. He injures himself and he misses the season.
Yeah.
Slide it edge of the area. You can't cross it in there. Surely not. You've got to slide that, no? Oh, that was such a hard free kick to try and hit, and it's straight into the gloves of Ramsdale. And Ramsdale slams it downfield, and it's straight out of play. Good covering though by Raheem Sterling, which is good to see. Wants to do the dirty side like Martinelli does. In this team, it's a necessity. Almost looks like Arsenal are just playing within themselves. Go on, Jesus. Shoot! Handball! The shot was blocked from Havertz there. There was no appeal for handball. Let's have a look. No. Oh, well, he's dived along the ground, but that'll be a harsh handball. To be honest with you, it was a good block from Walker Peters. Arsenal come again with Declan Rice to Sterling. And Rice streams on his run. He's in there. He's got the cross. Oh, Deck, you've got to cross it. Come on, mate. Saka was herring in at the far post. And Rice divered and allows the defender to get back and make a tackle. Fulham are beating City 1-0.
Wow. Yeah, just saw that Declan Rice chance to cross it.
Oh, Saka play it back to Sterling. Look, he's... Brentford 3, Wolves 2. Oh, Man City have just equalised. Literally just this moment have equalised. And lovely ball from Gabriel to Jesus. Takes it well in his chest, turns. And that's a yellow card, ref. He turned Bednarek inside out and Bednarek just grabbed his shirt and held him on the spot. But see there, I want to see Jesus try to break away from that shirt hold because he's clean through into the area there. Don't just stop. Just keep going. Let him keep dragging you. So Arsenal with a free kick in a dangerous area. 9 attempts on goal, none on target. Southampton 1 shot, 1 on target. Declan Rice with the free kick. Just rolled it to the edge of the box, mate. You've got 2 players there. What you... And the free kick is terrible from Rice. It's basically along the floor of Southampton. Clear at the far post with Joe Aribo. And Thomas Partey forgot that he was playing full-back and has to come across from the middle of the field to take the throw. And it's a long throw from Thomas Partey. And Calafiore over on the right. Sprays it to Declan Rice over on the left. Who gives it to Sterling. Sterling clips it in the box. And that's where you need Havertz, man. Why is Havertz... Oh, terrible ball from Saka. Really should have been right to Havertz's feet there in the area, but instead it sends him out the area. But Arsenal maintain possession. But this time we're back on the halfway line. Havertz this time with the ball in, and it's easily cleared. And Gabriel from 30 yards over the bar. And Southampton play around the press really well. What's up, Victor? How are we doing, sir?
Big up Victor in the house.
Oh, it's a terrible ball from Jesus, man. We had an opportunity there, and Jesus just picks the wrong ball. And it's back with Southampton now. Lovely switch from Southampton, but Calafiore, and that's a yellow card, ref, please. That's a yellow card. Thank you very much. Calafiore hauled back by that Tyler Diblin. I mean, when we break there, look at that. I mean, that's not even a difficult ball, Tony. He turns back inside and the ball's got to go to Saka. Yeah, so far it's been pretty even, Victor, between Carl Walker-Peters and Saka. But Walker-Peters is on a yellow card. and it should have even really been a possible red. They're just comparing Mr. Calafiore to a certain Paolo Maldini.
We'll take that all day.
Yeah, what a player he was, though, eh? For those in the chat old enough to remember. Come on, Saka. Now you got to go at him, mate. Don't give the other guy a time to come across. Hit it, George. Oh, and it's just past the post from Jorginho. About a foot wide.
Ooh, yeah, just seen that.
Yeah. Southampton played the ball forward. It's straight through to David Raya. And Arsenal come again with Calafiore in the party role. And he's still over in the party role.
That Jorginho shot, Sterling was like millimeters away from a touch on that.
Yeah, I think he may have been offside. Go on, Havertz. Now cross it. Can we cross it? Oh, come on. Well done, Jorginho. Read that beautifully well. Covered Declan Rice. This was Sterling. Oh, unlucky. Dibbling running away from Calafiore and Jorginho. And if that's not a free kick, that's a dive. So Dibbling goes past Gabriel, throws himself to the floor. The referee just doesn't even entertain it. But that's a dive, no? You're trying to win a free kick. That's deception. And he's already had a yellow card. Go on, Raheem. Lovely cross. Oh. So Sterling beats his man twice, gets to the byline and dinks in a delightful little ball. And that's where you want to see Havertz trying to get across that near post. So Arsenal 67% possession, and we've done absolutely nothing with it. Sterling with the cross again, and again it's right over the back, and it's out for a goal kick. But Havertz and Saka there in each other's each other's space. So 11 efforts on goal from Arsenal in this first 44 minutes and not a single one on target, which basically tells the tale of the first half. Southampton have had 2 shots and a 50% success rate, 1 on target. Go on, Sterling. Come on, Sterling. Go on, Sterling. Drive. Drive. Now shoot. Shoot. Oh! So the ball was played out into Jesus. He sets Sterling free. He cuts inside the defender, hits it goal bound, and another defender manages to get his head in the way. Oh, and that was unlucky. Calafiore picks it up. Did it need to go out there? Oh, good save, Aaron Ramsdale. And is that a corner? It's a great save from Aaron Ramsdale. And then it's Sterling that appears with Bednarek at the post. And I think the referee's given a corner. But Ramsdale produces a save from Thomas Partey. It's a great save. And it is definitely a corner. Ramsdale down, injured. And that is the first shot on target. And it's come in almost the 46th minute. It's not a moment of contention at all. Bednarek clearly gets the ball out for a corner. So a quick penalty check is discarded for a foul on Jesus. Ramsdale's up and the corner will be taken, and this will be the last action of the first half.
That 2 minutes ain't really representative of that injury that went. That fella was down for way more than 2 minutes. Because you know how you know because both teams got both their players off the pitch.
Yeah. Anyway, the corner's headed out by Bednarek. So they've dealt with our set pieces really well. Obviously, they've done their homework. So have we got the license here to change up the set pieces a little bit? Give them something different to deal with rather than the balls constantly to the back post. Brentford 4-2. Half-time, Fulham 1, Man City 1. Come on, Deck, what you got? Great punch from the Ramsdale there, under pressure. And that is half-time. Very
we weren't expecting that, were we? We weren't expecting 0-0 at half-time.
Well, the fact that Ramsdale's only had one save to make in 47 minutes of play tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. They've done their work on the set pieces. but from open play, it's not been great.
So fairly disappointed at the halftime break. We just haven't been good enough, to be perfectly honest.
So yeah, that was pretty nondescript to half of football. Not a great deal to write home about. A lot of possession, a lot of play around the box, but very little penetration. And as you mentioned, Gary, just the one effort on target really in the half, which was a Thomas Partey shot from at the edge of the area.
Yeah, very, very disappointed with that first 45, mate. No point in having all this possession if you're going to do absolutely nothing with it. Saka is getting double teamed every single time, and he's playing so slow that he's allowing the double team to come rather than getting the ball and going at your man. You know, don't forget his defender's also on the yellow card. I think Sterling's been bright. Havertz is trying to play this Odegaard left side 8 or right side 8 or 10 role, whatever you want to call it. And it's not really working because we have no presence in the box. So there's a couple of crosses that have come in where Havertz has been far post or beyond the far post. And we need him in the box like we saw against PSG. So that's not quite working for me. And Jesus has offered very little inside the first 45. Had a chance to set Bukayo Saka away and I think played the wrong pass to Sterling and the ball was cut out. But overall, that's a very disappointing first 45 minutes. Yeah, 14 efforts on goal, Tony. 1 shot on target. That is a very, very poor return. You know, already this early in the season, we can't be looking to drop silly points.
So Arsenal's XG is 1.26 at the half. Southampton's is 0.06.
Even that's too much.
Well, only takes one.
That's it, mate. That it does. So if things were to stay the way they are in all games, Arsenal would be third on 15 points, 3 points off of Liverpool. But a Chelsea win would take Chelsea up into second, and a Villa win would take... we can't afford to drop points because Villa and Chelsea, they're literally... Right, if they win their game, they go above us and we would be fifth.
Yeah. There's no way we should be dropping points in this game. I mean, you know, I'm not saying it because I'm disparaging Southampton, but yeah, we're at home. You know, we should win this.
The thing is, though, I mean, if you drop points here in such a bad manner, you know, listen, if a team comes and plays you off the park, you understand. But I mean, that first half was so lackluster. You know, that's what's not acceptable. When needed, says a team with poor strikers is not challenging for any titles. Arsenal don't really have a striker as such. We have players that play in a forward line, and the same players were basically good enough to score a club record 91 goals, I believe, in the top flight last season. What makes the difference is when you're not really out there playing like you want to win. It's almost like we've said, we'll take it easy on Aaron Ramsdale on his return. He was a friend of ours, you know. And that's not the way it should be.
So how's your week been, Gal?
Nice and quiet, mate. My back's been playing up this week, so I ain't really done a lot. So I'm just waiting for the appointment for the hospital to get that sorted. But I don't know.
When needed, says maybe things need a change at half time. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've attributed this performance to the fact that we've changed personnel, and quite frankly, I'm looking to see Jesus and Sterling set the world on fire, and they ain't doing it.
I think Jesus has been non-existent, really.
Yeah, we all know, you know, Martin Odegaard and Trossard and Martinelli come on this game. This is a different game. It's a completely different game. So it's about those guys getting an opportunity and taking it by the scruff of the neck. I mean, I don't think Jorginho's really that impactful. Clearly, you've got both Partey and Calafiori coming into midfield and doing things there. I've seen more of the two of them than I've seen of Jorginho. I might be interested to see, well, what if I put Eddie Nwaneri in there?
Eddie, is that his brother?
Oh, sorry, Nathan.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Even. Yeah, that's it.
Nathan's his other brother. It's all right, Tony. It's all right.
Ethan, Nathan, and Eddie, yeah. I'm making it up as I go along. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I mean, this game is crying out for someone who just wants to go out there and win. You know, listen, Havertz is best when he's affecting the play in the middle of the pitch. When he's hanging out wide and he's almost playing sometimes as a right winger, and him and Saka are occupying the same space. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as we know, Jesus is playing the number 9 role, but I don't think he actually knows what he's up to at the moment. He was unlucky not to score a goal. It just actually hit a Southampton player because, for all intents and purposes, that was in. But I think you've got to offer a lot more than that in 45 minutes. You know, for a team that are challenging for the title or want to be challenging for the title.
As Cranky says, offensively challenged. Hope you're well, Mr. Cranky. Big up to you.
How we doing, Cranky? Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, you could probably go even 3 at the back and for here. And I mean, they haven't really got nothing up top to hurt us, but
yeah,
I think we're missing parties in midfield when he slips into them places and just turns balls round the corner and stuff. But I think that our wing play, Sterling has been better for me than Saka in this half because he's committed his man. He's got to the byline. He's delivered crosses, and there's been no one there to try and get on the end of it. Saka has played a bit too slow, and he's allowed himself to get double teamed. So big improvements needed in the second half.
Absolutely.
I don't think he'll make any changes at half time. I think it will be to the 15, 20 minutes, and then we will see changes if we haven't scored 1 or 2 goals. Who are you having in the big fight next week, Tone?
I'm going with Beterbiev.
Okay, what round? I might have a little flower.
It's a tough one. No one's dropped Bivol, so and he don't look like, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes late, possibly even to decision. So I'm gonna go with round 10.
Are they both Russian, isn't it?
Of Russian extraction, but they technically are saying that they're from elsewhere.
Places that
so when Russians got banned from certain sports, particularly including boxing, they took up their adopted country flags and said, "Oh, but I'm Canadian."
Okay. Convenient.
Yeah. The fact that they were being restricted of trade because of their place of birth was totally wrong anyway.
Yeah, you can't blame people for other people's doings.
Yeah.
So D,
I mean, I could give you a million reasons why British people shouldn't be allowed to do certain things if you're going to talk about injustice in the world, because in the name of Britain, we've been involved in so many wars, and you know what I mean?
it would never stop, would it?
Yeah.
So attacking threat. So in the first 15 minutes, it was all Arsenal, and then we just dropped off and we just played a possession game. And then in the last sort of 7 minutes, it was all Arsenal again. So D's saying, bring on Namweri, take off Jesus, and bring on Tommy and take off Jorginho.
Yeah. It's not bad options, to be honest. Tommy for Georgie, bring Thomas back to where he plays.
Enough to give you 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because if you're fit enough for 45 minutes, you're fit enough for 60, surely.
Yeah,
so you would have started again. And there's no changes at half time. The same 11 take the field. Ramsdale got some sniffing salts there. What's that about?
Wake him up.
See you at full time, D. D's going for Bivol.
Yeah, Bivol's not exactly young either.
Come on, Arsenal. Let's get this under control now. Raheem Sterling seems to have a lot to say in that little team talk there. and we're underway. And it's back with Raya who slams it forward. Oh, bang it! Oh, and Jesus slots his effort just wide of the post. But good play there from Sterling. And Jesus takes over, and Jesus' effort, I don't think it was ever going to trouble Ramsdale, to be honest. But that's what you want to see. Arsenal in full press now. But Southampton really play around it. I think that was a slight error there from either Jesus or Havertz, because they seem to be occupying the same space, which left the Southampton player free to bring the ball out. And Ramsdale kicked it straight out of play. Come on, Arsenal.
Ramsdale made a mess of that clearance, didn't he?
Yeah, he seemed hung his head in shame. And that's a foul. Blatant pushing on Jorginho. Arsenal win the free kick. But Arsenal kind of trapped down in the right-hand corner here. They kind of dilly-dallied on the ball and haven't really gone anywhere.
Man City 2-1 up now. Kovacic has scored both goals.
And it's thumped long from Raya. And Arsenal don't win the first ball, but they win the second. Oh, lovely Thomas Partey. Oh, Saliba gives it away there. And Calafiori getting run by Diblin. He's into the area. Oh! And it's off the top of the bar. So Calafiori gets done for pace. Diblin drives into the area, pulls it back, and there's a player arriving for Southampton, and it's Raya's beat all ends up. And it's, you know what? If he goes at that with his head, that's 1-0. He's
Always
just
the
guiding
danger,
it
isn't
with
it?
his shin, and it just clears the bar. That's it. Serve to Arsenal to buck up their ideas here, because that could have quite easily been 1-0. And Southampton come again. That spurred them on. So it's not the first time we've seen Calafiori done for pace either. Play it, play it. Oh, come on, Havertz. Got to control that, mate. That's simple ball. Go on, Sterling. Now, pick out a man. Oh. And he's tackled at the last gasp on the byline just as he was about to cross it. And it's a corner. I mean, that's in itself there. He's trying to pick out an Arsenal player in that box. So Declan Rice with the corner. And Jorginho all the way back to David Raya.
I thought that when Sterling goes in and he has the opportunity to chip it to the far post because Havertz is waiting there.
Victor's asking if it's working. Is what working, Victor? Nothing working at the moment, bro. I'm not too sure it's the formation. The formation is basically the same as normal. We just have Partey playing the right back role. Which means there's no support for Saka. Oh.
So 53 minutes. I know, Gary, you're ahead of me, but we got to be thinking substitutions about now.
Yeah, I would make because this is clearly not working. Saka has had a stinker again.
Oh, nasty clash there between Calafiori and
Sterling was on the ball, and here come Southampton. It's Cameron Archer versus Saliba. Saliba stood off, and it's 1-0 Southampton. 1-0 Southampton.
Unbelievable.
It was Mateus Fernandes, not Cameron Archer, but Saliba stood off, allowed him to cut inside and slot it into the far corner. And you have to be honest that it's no more than Southampton deserve because, you know, they've stuck in the game and that's not their first effort on target. We've been very poor. They're saying it's a foul on Sterling, and I tend to agree. It was Cameron Archer. It was Fernandes that played the ball. But Saliba doesn't get tight enough here. Saliba allows him to come inside, and when he comes inside, he's just passed it into the far corner. That is a foul on Raheem Sterling for me. He's definitely onside. But Saliba, casual defending. Partey doesn't get back in line. And that's a decent finish. But Saliba's got to do better than that. I'm sorry. He hasn't got close enough. And it's a great finish. Raya, no chance. you know, you don't win league titles if you concede goals like that. Oh, why is he holding his head? He tried to get the ball. He didn't touch his head. That should be a yellow card for trying to grab the ball. Now, if that's a foul, how's the one on Sterling not a foul? That's it. You just sit down, Arteta. Jesus, how are you still on the pitch? You've played 56 minutes. I don't even know what you're doing on the pitch.
Not good.
No, so Arsenal up against it now. The subs are needed ASAP. This will be a disaster if we do not come back in this game. This will be a complete disaster. But Southampton have got the grip between their teeth, but it's overplayed. It's Jesus. Oh, the ball was never on. And Southampton, they're playing it around us. Saka wins it back. Saka feeds Havertz. Yes! Boom! Kai Havertz! Come on!
Who else? Of course. Who else?
Saka nicked the ball. He fed Havertz, turned, took one step to his left and slammed it into the back of the net, in off the inside of the post, I believe. Now the subs, he's calling back subs. Ramsdale, no chance.
So, once again, having a mirror of a game, your boy Saka, and he still gets another assist.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
He was the one that broke up the play as well.
Yeah.
And what a finish from Havertz. He took the touch onto his left foot and slammed it past Ramsdale in off the inside of the post. And Arsenal all of a sudden stung into action by Southampton daring to take the lead at the Emirates. And we're back to 1-1.
Who else but Kai Havertz?
And Calafiore nicks the ball. Jesus, you never play it. Oh, that's a foul. You're offside, Jesus. You're offside. Oh, he had to be offside, no? So Calafiore, so Jesus wasn't offside, and he's tried to knock the ball across to Havertz instead of going for goal from 12 yards out, and he allows the Southampton player to get back and cover. He was offside, but it's a free kick, no? It's a free kick. So it was a free kick. So Martinelli, Marino, and Trossard.
Yeah.
3 substitutions being made. So Sterling's day is over. And Sterling just got taken out, Tony, when he would have been clean through and goal.
But the attempted cross from Jesus got to do better.
Yeah, but he was given offside, Tone.
Oh.
He was given offside. But then you should go back for the foul, no?
Yeah, you're right.
So Jorginho is off for Marino, Jesus, and Sterling make way for Havertz. For Trossard and Martinelli. Arteta trying to pump up the crowd. Yeah, Victor, we don't often see changes on 60 minutes from Arteta, especially 3 changes all at once.
It was clear that they needed to because they looked a bit pedestrian. And it just goes to show.
Oh, Marino in to win the ball. Arsenal in full press. Marino wins it back again. Well done, Calafiore. Now play it. Oh, lovely Havertz. Thomas Partey busting on the outside in support of the attack, but it's with Saka. Saka to Rice, and it's over the bar. You're back at full time again, D, yeah? See you in...
Nice one, D.
We'll see you in 30 minutes, my friend.
D says it's the last time she want to see Jesus unless it's garbage time. Oh, nice turn. Who's that? Havertz.
This Thomas Partey at right back is not working.
What is it? Round pegs in square holes?
Yeah, it's not working, man. I mean, the ball just got played over his head and he's got the midfielder's attitude there. And then he has to turn around, and that's what we don't want him making these sprints back towards his own goal. Come on.
Kai Havertz grinding confidence, I think.
Oh, and Thomas Partey has a shot deflected wide. Corner Arsenal. I'm not sure that was going in. I think it might have just been going wide. But...
Oh, yeah, I've just seen it. Yeah, I think Ramsdale would have had it covered, but you know those deflected shots can go anywhere.
Cranky's humming. Oh, my stream's gone.
So we got the corner coming in, Saka to take. He's standing, the sun is in his face. All the fans have got their hands up to guide themselves from the sun. In comes the corner. Let's go straight out. Bad corner. So on 64 minutes. Southampton playing the ball short from their goal kick. The press is in effect. Very fast press. Hoof. Well controlled there by Calafiore. Declan Rice out to Martinelli, out in loads of space. One man to take on. Delivers across. Makes its way Out to Tom's Party, still inside the Southampton box, edge of the area. Declan
Oh,
Rice,
that's never
Party.
a foul.
And there's a foul by Marino into the back of their number 7. Afobe, is it?
Aribo.
Aribo, yeah. You back online again, Gaz?
Yeah, back on yet. Just got the free kick being taken. They're dilly-dallying with it. 65 minutes, 10 seconds I'm at.
Okay, you're 5 seconds ahead of me, or 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me.
Lovely, Martinelli. Come on, Trossard, can we turn? And Marino wins the corner. Good interplay between Trossard, Martinelli and Marino on the left. And Arsenal must be their 10th corner of the game?
Way more, I reckon. Just corner
Yet
after
to make
corner,
one count. Yet to make one count.
Bournemouth just equalised against Leicester.
This is corner number 11. Can we produce something different? Oh. And it was flicked on by Southampton, and Havertz was never going to get the purchase he needed to head that towards goal. I think just there, he's got to just take that on his chest.
I don't think he gets the time. The ball's right up in the air. The man's right underneath him.
Take it on his chest and half turn as you take it. Do you know what I mean? So you're facing the other way.
Arsenal so far had 42 shots in the area. Southampton have had 4.
I've had 20 touches though, Tony. Only 2 shots on target, which is nowhere near. Nowhere near good enough. Got to shield it better. Well done, Marino. Excellent. Didn't wait on his laurels there. Martinelli lost. Yeah, and it's Gabriel Martinelli. 2-1. You're going to see it in a minute. You're going to see it in a minute.
It now.
Comes it.
That's
Literally,
2-2
you're
for
going to see it in
Martinelli,
about 10 seconds. So Party out to Saka. Saka drives at his man, cuts inside, floats the ball, far post, and Martinelli is there to smash it past Ramsdale. Left foot volley into the bottom corner.
You beauty.
Boom, boom, boom. 2 assists
You little beauty.
from Bukayo Saka.
2 assists in a game for Saka. You can't stop him. King of the assist. Wow. It just has the knack. Bertrand, Cranky, I don't know what to say. How good is this kid? He can do nothing all game.
Doesn't beat his man though, Tone. He didn't beat his man. He only cut inside and beat 2 and crossed it to the far post.
Wow.
So there we can see it again. Party out to Saka. Saka comes at his man, comes inside, beats 2, crosses it. Martinelli looks onside. Don't look nothing wrong with that to me.
Yeah, he's well onside. He's inside the line of the pitch.
Leading forward, Tone.
Yeah.
He's leading. VAR are looking at it. He's
number
leading.
6. Number 6 is playing him on. He's way inside.
Yeah, he looks on to me, mate. I can't see how he can be offside there.
Yeah, number 6.
Surely not.
The one who's offside is Marino, but he's way out of play. Marino's could possibly be, but he's not interfering with play.
He's got all that. So from that angle, the foot of the number 6.
Both feet are the number.
The 6 and the 35 over the other side. I'm saying he's 100% onside.
Yeah.
And that is a goal.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. So are they drawing lines or we're just looking at a picture? He's onside. He's onside by literally an inch. But that ball comes so far. Ramsdale, if that's my keeper, I want him to come and deal with that. And I think if David Raya was in goal, he comes to deal with that. The goal's given. And we're 2-1. And off we go again. Lovely header back from Saliba.
So
that's 2-2 for Martinelli, no?
it is, yeah. And as Victor says, the assist king strikes again.
Oh, David Raya, give me kittens, mate. Let's not mess about with it, Arsenal. Almost swore there. Let's not mess about. Southampton impressed now, but Arsenal play around it really well. So this new look left-hand side with Mr. Trossard, Mr. Marino, and Mr. Martinelli, not forgetting Mr. Calafiore, is looking half decent.
Mm.
And there's Marino nicely inside, situated just so Martinelli has an out ball. And it comes again with Saka, who feeds Trossard. Trossard turns, plays it back to Saka. Saka beats his man, cuts back inside, beats his man again, cuts back inside. And it's a save from Ramsdale. Saka there was just obscene with the way he just dropped his guy 3 or 4 times. And it's with Martinelli.
Oh, what a save.
Out to Calafiore, who crosses low. And there's
Are
no
you not
Arsenal
entertained?
There's no Arsenal. See, that's what drives me mad, right? Because when Calafiore crosses that ball, there is no Arsenal player trying to get across the front of that defender. It took a deflection, which made the save even better. That's a lovely left foot cushion, left foot volley from Martinelli. They just showed it again. Who's this guy, Jackson?
That was a really tall striker when you're in the Premier League.
Oh, so Southampton have just put on some guy that's about 6'9".
Onuachu.
And Mourinho wins it. That's Mourinho's just won 4 duels since he's been on the pitch.
The dual king of Europe.
Trossard plays Rice into trouble there. Marino won another ball there on the edge of the Southampton area. And Party in to win the ball off Archer and also the throw for Arsenal.
Excellent. Well pressed.
This guy makes Saliba look like Trossard, mate. Victor says, just like City, we came from the back. It's going to be a tight race. It is, Victor, and that's why no team can afford to drop points. And the Rebo robbed Saka. I thought that could have been called a foul. And Southampton come again. We're too deep, Arsenal. You've got to get up.
'75th minute now. 15 minutes to go plus injury times.
Too much space behind Calafiore. What's gone wrong there? And great header, Thomas Partey at the far post. And well cleared, Declan Rice.
Yeah, Calafiore pushed up too much. Yeah, well done. Yeah, Calafiore he let that guy come in behind him when he never should be where he's at. He's in no man's land.
Well done, Calafiore. And Marino's after some, or Martinelli rather. Martinelli shows some speed.
Wait.
Well done, Beck.
Victor says when they stopped doubling on Saka, it was about time to get a goal.
Well, no, because they were still doubling on him when he created the chance for Martinelli. He just, instead of going on the outside, he come on the inside, and this time he had an option at the far post, which he picked out. But then you've got to question the keeping. Can the keeper come out and deal with that? Because when Martinelli obviously finishes the ball, he's literally 3 yards from goal. Oh, and Southampton flashed one just past the post. It's a corner. It's either been saved by Raya or it's took a deflection. But this Tyler Dibbling, he looks a player, you know. Let's have a look. It come off Marino. And did it hit the outside of the post? It did.
Really?
Did it hit the outside of the post? Looked like it just glanced off the outside of the post. But the deflection took it to the outside of the post. It wasn't the shot. But Marino with a good block. So corner Southampton. Oh, as he missed. How did he miss? And Raya with a lovely throw to Martinelli sets him running against this Tyler Dibbling. And Tyler Dibbling burned him for pace. But Martinelli wins it back. And the ball was tragic to Saka. It was a simple roll across the edge of the area. Arsenal still have it though, with Thomas Partey.
Yeah, he's got some pace, that Dibbling, hasn't he?
And Arsenal all the way back to David Raya. But when Martinelli wins that ball back, that's a simple ball to Saka, innit? Come on, man. And Trossard releases Havertz. There is nobody in the area at all. And Havertz slams it into the side netting when a little pullback would give Saka maybe a tap in there.
Great ball by Trossard, though.
Yep. But there, I mean, look, there's nobody in the middle there, look.
Yeah.
And there was never a cut back to Trossard on there. But how Southampton didn't score, the corner comes in, Raya makes a mess of it, and the Southampton player at the back, did it come off the guy's shoulder?
I think Raya punched it onto his shoulder.
Or did Raya punch it onto his shoulder, something? What's going on there? Yeah, so, no, the geezer headed it, and then it comes off Raya and then hits the bar. So very lucky not to be 2-2.
Yeah. That could have ended up just anywhere, innit?
Lovely take, Kai Havertz. Come on. We're giving the ball back too easily here. And it's this dibbling kid again. I think he's only 17, 18. Oh, and Arsenal living so dangerous. Again, the ball played in behind Calafiore. It's right across the area. There's no Southampton player there to tap it in.
Wow.
I don't know why that's a throw to Southampton because nobody...
Thomas Partey just let it run out. He didn't touch it.
Nobody touched it. That's why. But Southampton...
Yeah. That's an Arsenal throw.
Oh, no, maybe Arsenal did have the throw. It looked like it was going to go to be a Southampton throw. Tomiyasu stripped and ready to come on.
Yeah, that'll be Partey's day complete. Shore up the back four. Don't overstress the young man, the young Ghanaian.
Just shy of his 73rd birthday. So that was a bit of a wild throw from Partey there. And Trossard on the reach slams it back into the Arsenal half. And lucky there was no Southampton player. Oh, Rice. Oh, Saliba, just clear the ball. Why are you trying to play football there, Saliba? Great challenge, Declan Rice. But Saliba has just got to clear the ball. He can't make it and carry on playing. And it's... Oh... And Trossard goes down on the edge of the area. It's pulled back. Dibbling again back doing the defensive work.
Oof.
Oh, lovely turn, Calafiore. Lay it off. Oh, and Rice's shot is blocked. Partey lobs it back into the far post. And Calafiore there has just got to take a touch. But Arsenal win the ball back. Marino feeds Trossard. Trossard to the back post. And it's just beyond Bukayo Saka, who would have nodded that into an empty net.
Oh.
And this big guy at the top out-muscles Gabriel. Yeah, this guy makes Gabriel look tiny. I'd see that was a blatant foul on Trossard as he's running into the area. How's that not seen? How is it not seen?
He grabbed him by the waist.
That's what I'm saying. This is ridiculous, man. And Thomas Partey's day is done after 84 minutes playing.
An NFL lineman would be proud of that.
Oh, that would have been a flag on the play, man. That would have been pass interference. So Takahiro Tomiyasu is on for the final, I'm going to say 10 minutes plus injury time, 6 minutes plus injury time. Arsenal hanging on, and I mean hanging on. No one saw this really coming.
Man City gone 3-1 up now. Jeremy Doku just scored. West Ham cooking on Ipswich now 4-1 up.
Yeah, Brentford 4-2 against Wolves. Leicester winning 1-0.
Isn't it always the case? The Brentford Wolves game was 4-2 at half time. No goals since.
Oh, come on. We've got to clear this ball. Lovely. What a tackle from Calafiore. And then he gives the ball away and it's smashed clear from Gabriel. But what a tackle that is. Well, a challenging afternoon. And the Arsenal's defence, I've never seen us open so many times, to be perfectly honest.
Hi.
He's a defender. So Southampton bringing on a defender. And Marino cuts out the ball through. By my reckoning, that's his 6th or 7th interception. Saka! 3-1!
Get in.
So Havertz, while on the floor, releases Trossard. Trossard streams through the middle. He's got to pass it to Martinelli. The ball gets cut out, rolls straight to Bukayo Saka, who slammed it home. 3-1. Game done. Thank you very much. Boom.
Lovely.
Trossard's
So
got past that.
What an afternoon this guy is having.
Yeah, that Sugawara takes the touch, and it's a heavy touch, and it rolls it straight into Saka's path.
And for just for Victor, just for Cranky, it's a right foot shot. It's a right foot shot. It's a right foot shot from your boy, the one and only star boy Bukayo Saka.
And it's 3-2 Man City Fulham.
Wow. Yes, it is. That's even more better. We love a bit of that. Can they get an equaliser? Rodrigo Muniz with the second goal for Fulham.
There was a huge element of luck in that goal because as you see Trossard was going through, he's tried to drag the ball, and that's what allows the defender to take the touch. But the touch was heavy. It rolled straight into Saka's path, and he slammed it. He slammed it home. And Kivior is coming on for Calafiore.
So what's that? 5 subs used today, isn't it?
3. kind of. Where was the fifth? Oh yeah, party for Tommy.
Yeah.
And Arsenal stream forward again with Havertz and Trossard. Oh. Well kept in Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz just nonchalantly wins the corner for Arsenal. 9 minutes added on, Tony. 9 minutes.
Wow. Come on, Fulham.
Well, that's the thing, Victor, that Southampton thought they had a chance in the game at 1-0, and it gave them a bit of confidence to actually come and play. But then, obviously, when they've opened up now, 5-2 Brentford. Who?
Reece Nelson got the assist for the Muniz goal.
Reece Nelson got the assist for the Muniz goal. Corners in, and Ramsdale flaps. Oh, it's cleared off the line. Cleared off the line. I think that was Havertz that almost had his second of the game.
No, that was Dennis Nunez. You know, he got arrested.
Oh.
He stole some.
Lovely ball. And it's Martinelli down on the floor in the box. Oh, well played, Martinelli. Has he kept that on? Oh, that's so unlucky, man. Victor says, I think Ramsdale had a clean sheet. I think Ramsdale's conceded 3.
Wait.
You don't guess.
8-1.
A lovely play from Tomiyasu there. Play it, Bryce. Lovely play from Kivior and Martinelli there. And Arsenal win a throw.
Last season they won the cup final 8-0.
So 3 minutes played in injury time. Arsenal comfortable now at 3-1. And Gabriel muscles that big dude out the way, man. The big dude. That's what I'm calling him, the big dude.
The big dude.
The big dude. Well played, Kai Havertz. Excellent, Kai Havertz. Brilliant. That's battling for the ball, Tone. You're going to see it. And he still keeps hold of the ball and manages to find the pass while getting bundled out of play.
Excellent work, Kai.
The big guy chasing Saliba, but Saliba's not going to get caught by the big guy. And Tomiyasu, easy to Marino. And Marino, what a ball! Releasing Martinelli. Oh, and he pulls it back and it's knocked out for a corner. Lovely ball by Marino, though.
Beautiful.
But see, now, Tone, this is where people are saying that Martinelli needs the help. But when he gets in the position, this is when he doesn't do anything with it. And we've seen it countless times, right? So it's not the fact that Marino will help him. It's when he gets in the position, can he make a telling contribution.
Yeah. Full time at the Etihad, Man City 3, Fulham 2. Full time at the West Ham Stadium, 4-1 to West Ham.
So Decky Rice with the corner. And it's headed over by, is that Gabriel, I think?
It's amazing how regularly he gets his head to the ball.
Well played, Declan Rice. And Mourinho wins another one. He's won another one. He just goes into the duel. Oh, Martinelli, come on. How has Martinelli not got that ball, Tony? You're going to see it around now. Mourinho wins the duel, plays a simple ball to Martinelli, who waits for the ball, an eternity for the ball to come to him.
He's running backwards.
And then ends up,
he's not running towards the ball. He's running backwards.
Mourinho plays through the lines again, sets off Trossard. Trossard got Martinelli to his left, feeds Martinelli. It's a bit strong. And Martinelli, don't know what you're doing there, mate. Why didn't you just not take it back inside and slam it towards goal?
Pokes across. 2-on-2. That's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, but it was a bad ball from Trossard. But when Martinelli gets the ball, why don't you just come back inside and shoot the little cross? What's that?
That's a 2-on-2. They got that badly wrong. You know, especially with Martinelli's pace against a tired defender, you know, you shouldn't get that wrong.
The ball was bad from Trossard, but Martinelli's got to do better when he gets the ball and keeps it in play. So 2 mistakes, one by Trossard, one by Martinelli. And they crossed it towards the big dude. And there's Takahiro Tomiyasu at the far post. This man's not getting beaten. Well, I'm impressed with Mr. Mourinho. Wasn't it a couple of seasons ago we drew 3-3 with these guys? That kind of dented our title hopes.
Yeah, you're right.
And the ball, and it's the big guy. But is that Gabriel or Kirill holding off the big guy? And Trossard doing step overs in his own box. And Cruyff turns in his own box against the big guy. Finds Havertz, who must have been expecting Martinelli to run for that because he's chested it, turned and volleyed it straight down the field. But straight to Aaron Ramsdale. And that is full time.
Yes. Satisfactory.
In the end,
Huffed and puffed, but eventually blew the house down.
That's all that matters, Tony. It doesn't matter how you get there sometimes. What matters is the fact that you get there.
And I'll reiterate my point. I think the difference is those players who know the system, who know how to make moves and create opportunities and make space, they do it better than those who came on today. So much better.
Yeah, I think the game kind of changed.
I want Sterling to be a success. I want Gabriel Jesus to be a success. But let's be honest, the levels are different.
Well, I mean, I was quite pleased with Sterling. I'm not going to slate Sterling. I was quite pleased with what he offered. But unfortunately, when he's crossed the ball a couple of times, there's been no one there to try to head it in. And then when Southampton scored, it played into our favour because I think they got a little bit above their station. And they thought that they could come and win the game. And once they scored, they opened up and they allowed us to go and play. Whereas before, I think if they score and then they just literally sit behind the ball, they make it difficult for us, right? And I don't think they carried on trying to play out instead of thumping the ball clear. They got caught, and that led to the Havertz goal. And then they still kept playing, and then they got caught again from Saka. Nice to see Raya and Aaron Ramsdale there embracing at full time, and Martinelli apologising for scoring past him. All the players going up to Aaron Ramsdale.
He's had our time, and he's averaging about 3 goals per game, isn't he?
Who's that?
Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for him, to be honest.
I do. I really do.
Ain't getting, but it's admirable. You know, it's admirable that he wants to play. And, you know, he did say in an interview earlier this week that winning a title sitting on the bench wouldn't mean nothing to him. You know, and listen, how many times have you seen a player that's been happy to sit, take the money and do nothing, and claim the titles and celebrate like they've played every single minute? You know, fair play to him, and I hope that he can avoid the relegation and still be a Premier League player next year. But it's just not looking good for him, unfortunately. But hey-oh, he's not Arsenal anymore, so we move on. Yeah. So I think that Southampton going 1-0 up actually helped us. That gave them the confidence to play, and that's where they come unstuck. So Arsenal now level with Man City on goal difference. And we will go into the international break in third or joint second place. Saka with a big smile on his face. Very good today.
Have we not just jumped above City?
No, I think they've scored more than us, haven't they?
No, but we scored 2 goals more. We scored a goal difference of +2, and they got a goal difference of 1.
Yeah, but it's tied for goal difference on 9 each.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was 9 each last game, which would have meant we'd have been 1 ahead of them this game.
No, they must have been 1 ahead of us because we just pulled it back.
Yeah.
Back in 2 secs, Tone.
No worries. Cranky, do you want the link? So D-Dub says, without a gunman like Gyökeres, the Glock up top, we're going to have many more games like this season, brothers. But in the Prem, we'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, Arsenal made a decision in the summer to not pull the trigger on a striker. And that was based, I think, mainly on the fact that we were so free-flowing with goals last year. We scored so many goals and they were coming from everywhere. They made a couple of moves significantly in midfield. They're probably thinking, well, we probably don't need that guy because we've got, you know, Killer Kai up front, who's now scored for the 7th game on the roll. A record only held equaled by one Robin van Persie. He can't join today. Okay, no worries. So D, in the Premiership, after the international break, we have Bournemouth at home. So once again, it's a game that you look at and you think, you know, we should be confident of getting 3 points in that game.
Now, Bournemouth away, Tone.
Oh, Bournemouth away, yeah.
It's important to get 3 points in that because the week after we face Liverpool at home. So City come back from the international break and they face Wolves away and then Southampton at home. So that's a big weekend. 3 points at Bournemouth is a must. That's a cracking finish from Havertz.
Yeah, it is. That's them ones that you hit sweetly and you just know, yeah.
And the moment it leaves your foot, it's off the inside of the post. Yeah, we should get 3 points at Bournemouth away. And not only that, obviously with the international break, that's like 2 weeks away, isn't it? So we should be looking at Odegaard maybe coming back.
Yeah, Timber hasn't been called up, so he gets a nice break.
And it gives like Tomiyasu a little bit more free training. Ben White should also hopefully, touch wood, be back. So pretty soon we should have a fully fit squad to choose from, which will then give us headaches. Apollo's in Jamaica anytime?
No, he's in America.
Yeah.
Arsenal 2 goals on, 25 minutes, game done. We can go out and join the football match round, ends a little bit late. Victor says, just watching beIN Sport, we should have had a penalty. Kai was held and pushed down by Kyle Walker-Peters.
Yeah, there was also one on Trossard.
Right, so let's get into the stats. As you can see, Arsenal with 60% possession, 59.1 to Southampton's 40.9. "29 shots, 6 on target."
That's terrible.
8 with 2 on target. 13 shots off target and 10 block shots. So as I said, you know, we huffed and puffed a lot. We were in and around the area. 29 shots is a very decent amount of shots in a game. It means we created a lot of opportunity to take the shot. Now, you take 10 of them as being blocked, that's still 19 good shots.
Yeah, it's the 13 off target that's not acceptable. You really want that to be like literally 5 or 6 and get another 7 actually on target.
Yeah. Touches in the box, ridiculously outnumbered. 60 touches in the Southampton box compared to 8 by Southampton in the Arsenal box. Goalkeeper saves is interesting because Raya only made 1, but Ramsdale only made 3 apparently, and that's because we had so many shots that didn't hit the target. We had to test the keeper more. Southampton won the aerial duels 14-9. That was interesting because I saw a lot of aerial duels by Arsenal players. Kai Havertz was probably the one to win the most for Arsenal. 10 fouls by Arsenal, 9 by Southampton. And then 13 corners for Arsenal to 1 for Southampton.
And they nearly scored from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so D's saying that Marino was offside. Yeah, Marino was offside, but he didn't go for the ball. The ball was...
Yeah, went over his head. Give me a chance for the ratings, bro. I will come back to you. First of all, let me get through these stats. So, most league assists in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. Bukayo Saka, 7. Leading clear of Lamine Yamal, Alex Baena, and João Neves. The assist king.
Doesn't them 2 assists today, Tony, put him in the top 50 assisters in the Premier League? And the goal puts him in the top 100, I believe. Did I read that?
Might be right. Wow. Helping me on my stats.
Let's have a look. I'm sure that I read that in something earlier on.
So the other stat there is only 2 players have scored in 7 consecutive games at the Emirates. Robin van Persie in 2011-2012 and Kai Havertz this year. King Kai equals RVP's record. Well done, Kai Havertz. Is this Kai? No, that's Martinelli. This is Kai. Here we go. 84% pass accuracy. 7 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal, 54 touches, 9.9 kilometers covered. In comparison to, say, don't need that. Saka, 1 goal, 2 assists, 7 shots, 2 on target. This 7 and 2 between them two seems to be common. 15 touches in the opposition box and distance covered 8.6. So Kai a full kilometre more running. Martinelli in his short time. Decent cameo appearance. 1 goal, 1 shot. That's a good ratio. We like that one. Yeah, 25 touches.
Hopefully he's coming back into some form.
I hope so. I really hope so. Because in form Martinelli is definitely something that will assist this team. You know, in his season prior to last season, he was a goal machine. I think he scored 15 goals in that season. And yeah, it was an amazing season, but for the end when we lost Partey and Saliba. Never assist for Saka yet. D says I've cracked open another cold one. Toughest fixtures Thursday. Sorry, thus far, brothers, and we're right up there. We must be at the top or near it. Yeah, we're third. Second, we're equal second. Just third because of the amount of goals he scored is 1 less than City. But we're both on the same goal difference, which is +9.
Right, so
And here's Bukayo Saka's expanded numbers for the game. And then another milestone. Arsenal become just the second side in Premier League history to win 400 home games in the competition. After Man United, the Saka show brings up a milestone victory. So once again, yeah, great stuff, great stuff.
I'm just trying to find a list of these, the top 50 Premier League assistants.
Liverpool are top, D. I'll get the table up on screen for you.
Well, here we go. Ooh, so Saka must be at 51, you know. Dwight York's at number 50 with 50 assists.
Okay. So, D, this is for you. Table looks like that, my friend. Liverpool top 7 games, 6-1, 1 defeat. Goal difference of 11, 18 points, followed 1 point behind. That is a nice place to be. No pressure, sitting right in line with Man City, 1 point behind Liverpool. Chelsea and Villa have both got a game in hand. They can both move up to 16, which will put them 1 point behind us tomorrow. They don't play each other, but Fulham on 11. They lost today. Newcastle play 5:30 today. They're on 11. They can go to 14. Tottenham tomorrow. Brentford on 10. Make up the top 9. Didn't they lose at home to Forest? They must have winnable fixtures then, and they still lost. Who's that?
Who's what?
Liverpool.
They lost to Forest.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was early in the Arne Slot era. Looks like he's learned his lesson, and look, Liverpool gonna be strong. They're gonna be strong. They look very good. Scored a good goal today. To be honest, Crystal Palace could have got something out of the game. Nketiah had the ball in the net, didn't he?
Yeah, offside after 22 seconds, that was.
Yeah. Crystal Palace's problem not finishing their chances. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting when we obviously play Liverpool in a few weeks' time.
Well, they've got a tough run up coming up because they've got Real Madrid, then us. So they've got big games coming up. They're entering their period of tough fixtures like we've had.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the hardest start of any team in the league. So the fact that we are where we're at, having had those difficult fixtures away at Tottenham, away at Man City, means that, look, we still have to face those teams again, but they have to come to us.
Yeah, which gives us a slight advantage. But I think overall, I mean, them first 3 away games in the Premier League, you know, Villa, Tottenham, and City, you know, that's a hard bunch of fixtures. And considering we've only literally dropped 4 points, you know, that's good doing. And not to forget Brighton at home, where we was robbed.
Yeah, so big up to Apollo's in the chat. I missed the whole game today. We'll be watching the stream when I get back to my hotel. I'm currently in Walmart shopping with the wife. Big up to you.
And what you buying in Walmart? We need to know.
Well, Walmart's like Tesco. Obviously, they own Asda.
Yeah, they're owned by the it's not who owns. Yeah, it's the
Cronky's wife.
Cronky's wife. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I knew it was something to do with them.
Yeah. Some match stats for you guys. 59% possession, 29 shots against 8, 6 on target against 2. Expected XG of 2.58 against 0.6. 480 passes completed to 327. Pass accuracy 90%. Touches in the opposition box 60 to 8, and distance covered 99.3 kilometers compared to 96.2. All stats that we're happy to see. Yeah, Walmart is in America, D.
That's where Apollo currently is. He's taken 101 international, D.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we started that with Cranky anyway, because Cranky's in New York.
But yeah, them stats. I mean, Arsenal superior in all areas of the pitch. I think we just dilly-dallied too much, and it took a goal from Southampton to literally kickstart us into life. And then, as I said, I think Southampton played into our hands by they got the confidence to play, and that's what allowed us back into the game. I think had they have sat and just plotted with the 11 men behind the ball like they did, it would have been a bit more difficult for us. Yeah, I think the party experiment at right back, I don't think it works, Tone. What's your thoughts on that? I think we lose too much in midfield when
I don't think he wants to do it, but I think he looked at personnel and just decided, you know what, I need to go with this because I don't have any other option. I think it was just a tad early for Tomiyasu to start him. Could have played Skelly. Could have played
Saka had no support. You know, Saka had no support. Could you not have gone with Miles Lewis-Skelly on the left?
Yeah, that's what
on the right.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. The only other option would have been Miles Lewis-Skelly. Putting the last of the stats together before I do the ratings. I'll leave that one for you to chop up, Gal.
Yeah, so Arsenal, obviously 3-1 winners today against Southampton. Arsenal's XG was 2.36 versus Southampton's 0. Is that an 8 or a 6? Man, I can't see that. My eyes are shut. Arsenal 29 shots against Southampton's 8. Only 6 on target, which is the thing that actually hits you the most. That's from 29 shots. That is just simply not good enough. Southampton 8 shots, 2 on target. Arsenal 59% possession. Southampton 41%. Overall, Arsenal done more than enough to win the game. It's just a shame that it took us to be stung into life by a shock Southampton opener, which then allowed us to come back into the game because they kept the play open. I think we would have been in trouble had they just sat back behind the ball. But you get what you get. They obviously thought they had a chance to sneak a win, and they allowed us back into the game, and then we took our chances very well. So fair play to the lads. Wasn't a vintage performance by any means, but sometimes when you win, when you're not playing well, that's a sign of a championship ready winning team. The ratings are coming, D. Tony is just doing his now. So give us a second, mate, and we'll have it done. I don't think it's a case of we're not good in front of goal, D. I think what it is that sometimes we don't want to create the opportunity to shoot. I mean, I watched the Palace-Liverpool game, and there's a ball that's rolled across from Gakpo, and the defender's favourite for the ball, but Jota makes the run across the defender to get there first from the blind side. And there was a couple of situations where we don't have that type of player that will do that. And Jota is not a number 9. You know, sometimes it's just about a player taking a chance and creating an opportunity for himself. Unfortunately, we don't have that type of player. Our forwards like Jesus want to do too much on the ball, and they don't just want to do the simple things. Yeah, I agree, D. As I said, 29 shots and only 6 on target is simply not good enough. But, 10 block shots in there. So it's 13 efforts off target, which, again, is not ideal. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles.
So we've got a new name.
Yeah, so it says Arsenal midfield is dead. Rice need to play as 6. Mourinho need to react very quickly and fast and play as 8. We still need a ruthless striker. Ball controlling, passing, and the clinical finish is wanting.
Yeah, you could turn around and say, well, haven't Man City got that ruthless killer striker, and they've scored the same amount of goals as us?
Yeah, I mean, our midfield was disrupted today because obviously Partey had to slip in at right back, but obviously maybe Mourinho is not up to starting yet. But when he come on, Mourinho looked good. He won 6, 7, 8 duels. He set Martinelli free. I think our biggest problem at the moment is decision making up front. We saw a couple of times today when Martinelli set free, he doesn't make the right choice. Jesus wants to overplay too much. Trossard could have squared the ball to Martinelli, didn't. Tried the skill, didn't come off. But fortunately enough, the ball then ran to Saka, who slotted home the 3rd goal. So I think it's just decision making. If we get the decision making right, then I don't see any reason why we can't score multiple goals in games. We saw another one, didn't we, Tone? With Trossard and Martinelli 2-on-2. The ball from Trossard to Martinelli wasn't good enough. But then when Martinelli keeps it on, he tries a little prod across goal when really he should be cutting back in and trying to shoot. So it's just a case of making the right decisions at the right time, as I see it. I don't think a number 9 is not going to bring you that. You could sign a Gulcarez or whoever. They're not going to bring you the decision making of other players that are currently at the team.
Yeah. And you know, Arteta is really in love with Havertz because he does an amazing job on the pitch. He's a two-way player of the highest order. He's got very good IQ. You know, look, he's not your Haaland. You know, Haaland don't do all that work that Kai Havertz does. Yeah, Haaland will stay where he needs to be and score your goals and throw the ball in the back of your head when you're not looking. Yeah, but he ain't doing all the hard work, the graft that Kai Havertz does. I'm more than happy with Kai. Yeah, 7 games at home in a row, he scored. Yeah, he's Arsenal's top scorer in the Premier League right now. Right now. Yeah. A lot of teams would have him. That's the simple, short and tall. If you said to me, would I swap him for Haaland? We have to change our game if we have to have Haaland in the team. So it's all very well saying, well, just bring in Gyökeres or just bring in Sesko, but they're young players, very exciting looking players, but they don't necessarily have the IQ that Havertz clearly has. And they're not necessarily that two-way player in the same way.
I mean, look at that battle, Tony, from Havertz in that dire minutes when he wins one ball edge of the area. He gets buffeted. He then goes into the second challenge. He wins that. Then he's holding off man while the man's pushing him out of play and still manages to keep hold of possession and find an Arsenal player with a pass while he's getting pushed out of play.
Yeah.
You know, other players don't offer you this. There should be no one at Arsenal that is still criticising Kai Havertz.
Absolutely.
You know, he's scoring goals. He's making big defensive plays. You know, he runs tirelessly for the team. He tackles. He wins aerial duels. There should be no one still criticising this guy. The problem doesn't lie with him. The problem lies in the way that Arsenal play. They get too overconfident. They're always looking for the pass when they should be shooting. And it's just a thing that happens when you try to play a certain way. And it's just the decision making. You get that right. You know, we could have had numerous amount of goals in numerous games.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, look at last season. You know, we was poor in the first half of the season. All of a sudden, after Christmas, everything clicked. We're going out there. We're rolling teams 4-0, 5-0, 5-0, 6-0. We're making fans leave 30 minutes into the game. You know, so it's a thing that can't happen in every single game. There'll be periods in games now where we'll go out and we'll blow teams away. And there'll be other periods where we have to work for it. It's that simple.
Cool. So yeah, I agree with you. We need to sell Gabby Jesus. I mean, you know, take whatever money anyone offers you, just take it.
Listen, I'll even drive him wherever he wants to go. It's not a problem.
Yeah, so we don't disagree with you on that one, D. If he's not good enough for City and Zinchenko, then why are they good enough for a team that wants to conquer City? The obvious answer is at the time, what was available, they were the best that was available. Yeah, don't forget, this is not their first year in the team. They've been there 3 seasons at least. When they came, they helped to transform this team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's not write them off as complete scrubs. You know, Jesus' first season was very successful. He was mesmerizing.
I think
to
also,
watch.
I think also, what you've got to remember is, you know, as they come into the team, they brought a mentality that maybe certain players in our team didn't have. But the team evolves, right? So players, if you're not doing what Arteta wants you to do and not producing what Arteta wants you to produce, he's going to go out and sign a player that will come and take your place. And you're down the road. So the team evolves, people get left behind. We're seeing it now with Zinchenko, made too many mistakes at left back. Gone out, Calafiore, Timber. we already had Timber, but obviously he picked up an injury. So Zinchenko can't get in at left back now because we have two players that are basically, one's a right back and the other one is a solid left back that are going to get in front of him. So he's third choice.
Yeah.
Is Zinchenko going to play in the left-sided 8? Well, he's got Rice in front of him. He's got Marino in front of him. Trossard is in front of him. So there's options there. So when the player just gets left behind, it's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
Someone is better for the job. That's all it boils down to. Raya, better than Ramsdale for the job. Fans had to accept it. Even those of us that maybe didn't want to accept it, but you see what Raya brings. Like I said from the outgo, can Raya make the saves that Ramsdale was making to keep us in games? And he's proved that he can. So you have to take your hat off and say he's the best guy for the job. That's how it works. Zinchenko is a bum. Can't defend the dog. Gabby Jesus can't hit a barn door.
So it's interesting, Dee, that you mentioned that we can't dominate in Europe. I don't think we are a million miles away. And the reason I say that is, on paper, there's only two teams really that you should be fearing and thinking like they've constructed squads that are better than ours. That's Real Madrid and Man City. Well, we've already seen that we can actually dominate Man City if we can keep 11 players on the pitch and we don't have to play 12 with them having a referee in their pocket. Yeah. And Real Madrid, to all intents and purposes, I've watched all this season. They ain't doing it. But they lost in the week, right, to Lille.
Yeah, I think what the mistake that you make, Dee, when you're saying about to win the European Cup or the Champions League, whatever you want to call it, or any cup, you don't have to be the best team in the competition. You need a bit of luck on your side. You need to make it to the final, and then you just got to perform over 90 minutes. And we know that we can go out there and we can defend our box, and we can be very hard to break down, which means we only need to take one chance and keep them out. So you don't have to be the best team to win a competition. To win the league, you have to be the best team over a certain amount of games. Right? To win the Champions League, obviously before the format changed, you had to literally win, 12 games? Something like that. Six in the group stage, 7, 8, about 10 games to win a cup. So we've got as much chance as anyone. It's just a question of, can we keep people fit? Can he get the squad rotation right? And can we take chances when the game is tight?
Yeah.
Can the likes of Martinelli and Jesus, if they're in the team, finish a chance when the game is so tight, you may only get 1 or 2 chances. That's what wins you Champions Leagues.
Cool. Right. Without further delay, let's get into it. My player ratings. So I've given Raya a 7. Didn't do a great deal wrong, if anything. Didn't have much to face, but obviously, got beaten at the far post with that shot. Got lucky with that deflection that ended up. It was actually kind of his fault in that he punched it onto the player and it deflected onto the top of the crossbar. So give him a 7. As I said, he wasn't a disaster, but I've seen him do better. Party at right back, as Gary says, I don't think. In fact, Gary, let's do it together. What was your mark for Raya?
So Raya, for me, I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think he had a chance with the goal, but he just looks. There was a couple of instances where he just looked shaky, which is unusual for him from a cross coming into the box. And he was very lucky that he didn't make a mistake, which allowed Southampton to equalise at 2-2. So 6 from me.
Cool. Thomas Partey.
I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay. I'm going to give Thomas a 7. I thought the thing that is important for me is Thomas doesn't lose the ball. He's maybe not obviously an ideal right back, but he is a great football. Technically, he's one of the best in our team. And he showed glimpses again of that today, that he is able to get the ball when he's at his feet and find players and progress the ball. Obviously, he did push into midfield at numerous points in the game and become an effective midfielder. And actually, when I compare him to Jorginho, I thought he did way more. And Jorginho was holding that key role for me, which is why I marked Jorginho down and gave Partey the higher mark.
Yeah, for me, Partey at right back, it just doesn't work. I think we lose too much in the middle of the pitch. I know he came in and played inverted, but there was a couple of times where you could see the midfielder's attitude, and when the ball goes over his head, a right back is going to win that ball. But there was a couple of times where the ball just dropped over his head, and we don't want Partey in a foot race. You know, I was having a conversation with Tom in the forum beforehand, and I'm saying about Partey at right back. And the point I'm trying to make is, if we keep Thomas Partey fit and manage his game time, we'll go close to winning the league and we'll go close to winning trophies. So to have Thomas Partey chasing back towards his own goal, a winger or a fullback, is only going to lead to injury. Now, when this guy gets injured, he doesn't miss a week or two. He misses the season. He misses months. So I prefer to see Thomas Partey stay in the middle of the pitch, do his thing. And I just don't think the experiment with him at right back works. So that's why he gets a 6 from me.
Cool. Saliba, as Gary again alluded to in the game, I thought he was responsible for the goal against. Should have closed that Archer down before he took the shot. Just too, what's the word I'm looking for?
Lackadaisical.
I don't like to use that one. I just think he was a little bit too casual in his approach to that particular bit of defending. Obviously, he's normally my guaranteed 8 in a game, but on this occasion, I'll give him a 6.5. Gal?
Yeah, so Saliba had a decent game. For me, he was at fault for the goal. The moment the ball was played out to Cameron Archer, Saliba kind of had a nonchalant attitude. I'm Saliba, I'm a Rolls Royce. You can't do this. And he had just allowed Cameron Archer to just literally tuck inside, and he didn't close the space at all and allowed him to pass the ball into the net. Also, for that goal, I think Thomas Partey has to back Saliba up a little bit better because he was the next defender. I think had that been Gabriel, I don't think the goal goes in. So Saliba, for me, at fault. But, you know, he played all right. I'll give him a 6.
Okay. Gabriel, the usual imperious performance from Gabriel, the leader, as Antonio Rudiger says. If you haven't seen that interview with Antonio Rudiger, it's worth catching. He basically describes the two Arsenal players, Saliba and Gabriel, as like the best in the game, saying Gabriel is the physical leader and Saliba just plays clean, which is really exactly what normally happens. But yeah, today Gabriel, imperious, unlucky not to score one of his trademark corner headers. So I gave him a 7. What about yourself, Gal?
Yeah, I thought Gabriel was just a shade better than Saliba today. Didn't really get beat by much. Unlucky not to score, but it was his normal solid self. So I'm happy with his 7 there.
Cool. Calafiori again showed some brilliance today. One particular tackle looked extremely good, but again, he's causing us to look much better, much more balanced on the left-hand side. Obviously, he had Sterling ahead of him. He had Jesus up ahead of him. I think he's much better, going to be much more efficient when he's got Martinelli and Marino in that triangle on the left-hand side. But I thought he was solid. I gave him a 7. What about yourself, Gal?
Yeah, so Calafiore, the commentators compared him to the great Paolo Maldini, and to be honest, I mean, a couple of the tackles he's put in today, like he's just got no right to win the ball, but not just win the ball, to make the tackle, first of all, to win the ball, second of all, and third and most importantly, stand up with the ball stuck to his foot. There was a couple of them that he done today. You know, it was outrageous, but great going forward. Appeared in centre midfield, appeared over on the right, high on the left, but there was a couple of times he's been done for pace. Happened 2 or 3 times in the game, and he's just pulled a little bit out, and he's left a big hole in behind, and that's something that needs to tighten up, or the centre back needs to be aware of when he's pushing forward to get across the cover. So for me, although it was a good performance from Calafiore, I'm going to give him a 6.5 because there was a couple of times where he just left that little left side open, a la Zinchenko, which is what we don't want to see.
Yeah, cool. Jorginho now. I just thought he was talking a lot. He was marshalling. He does his, you know, he's not the same guy. He just didn't make the difference for me, you know. I'm looking for difference makers, and he just doesn't do it. I mean, I was kind of going between a 5 and a 6 and thinking, am I being harsh on him if I give him a 5? I wouldn't, you know what I mean? If you was to say 5, I wouldn't really think too much of it, because I maybe should have given him a 5.5. But yeah, what's your take on Jorginho today?
Yeah, so I think Jorginho had pretty much a non-existent game. He didn't really make any mistakes. He flashed a shot wide of the post. But I think it's always difficult, I say it all the time, and I know you hate the analogy, but when you come in cold and you ain't played, and then you're thrown in to start the game. And it was a difficult game because Southampton sitting in a low block. He made a couple of nice little passes in, but ultimately he didn't really have the effect on the game that we would want from him. So, but he didn't really do anything wrong. So I'm happy with his 6. It was kind of like a non-effective performance, but he didn't really do anything good or bad. So 6 is average, I suppose.
Cool. Declan Rice, I gave him 6.5, only marginally better than Jorginho for me. He's the player that I'm having a real problem with, because I liked him. I liked him a lot last season, but I got a feeling that the length of the season last year, then going straight to the World Cup, playing all of the World Cup and coming back just hasn't helped him. So I gave him a 6.5. Again, I could have easily dropped that to 5.5. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you totally, Tony. You know, he had a brilliant season. Again, was he overplayed last season? And then to go straight to the Euros and play every minute of every game for England. And then you go and you do your, you have your little break. But it's not really a break because you're still doing your little bit of fitness stuff rather than having a complete rest every day you're out doing your fitness, because you know that you're coming back late. And then you come back late, so you haven't had a break. You haven't done a proper pre-season. And I think it's affecting his game. I mean, we saw, was it against PSG? He played really well and had a couple of barnstorming runs. He looks better when he plays in the 6 for us, I think. In the 8, he kind of hasn't really hit the ground running. But I just think that's due to, like we said, playing like the Euros and stuff. So a 6 from me, from Declan Rice today. Didn't really put anything wrong, but didn't, again, like Jorginho, didn't really do anything right.
Yeah, cool. All right, then we move on to Starboy and our captain for today, Bukayo Saka.
Don't forget Sterling.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I went past Sterling. My bad. So, yeah, Sterling, a lot of hard work, a lot of on the ball, running at players, but not quite ever delivering anything, not ever really carrying a threat. Obviously, at halftime, we hadn't had a shot on target, right?
Yeah,
you know,
correct.
we had all that possession, 60+% possession. Them man were running rings around Southampton, but creating nothing. And that is what Sterling's here for. You know, you come in, you're off the wing, yeah, with a license to kill. Kill. We all see what happens on the other side. We all see Saka scoring goals, getting assists plenty, doing it over and over. That is what I'm expecting of the player on the left-hand side. And to his credit, Martinelli in the last 2 games has delivered 2 goals and 2 assists. Sterling, I'm looking for an improved performance, so I gave him a 6.5. Your thoughts, Gal?
Yeah, I thought Sterling was our best player in the first half. I thought he received the ball. I thought he was unlucky not to win a penalty. I thought it was a clear foul on him as he's going through, and the foul is strong enough to knock him off of balance. And I think that was a clear penalty. But he picked up the ball, he cut inside, he created trouble, he went outside, he put in a couple of decent crosses that unfortunately there was no one there to nod into the goal. So I was happy with his performance. Even in the second half, before he was hooked for Martinelli, I thought he looked very good, willing to take on players inside, outside, which is something that Martinelli kind of struggles to do because he's so indecisive. Sterling is very, very much, I've got the ball, I'm going to do this, and bang, he's done it. So Raheem Sterling, I was happy with his first start. He gets a 7 from me.
Cool. So as I was saying previously, we move on to Saka, our star boy and captain for the day. I gave him man of the match, 8.5. Well, clearly that's going to be impacted because he got 2 assists and a goal in a game in which first half he really did nothing. But I've seen players come on at 60 minutes and win man of the match. And this is what that feels like. It feels like up until we scored the goal, up until we conceded the goal, Arsenal were in second gear. And as soon as we went 1-0 down, guess who turned up? The captain. And said, all right, boys, it's on me. And hell did he make a difference. Because that's what I want my captain to do. Your captain turning the game around the way he did today, I cannot complain. 8.5, I should have given him a 9, but, you know, as I said, half the game he wasn't really in it. Go on, Gal.
Yeah, so Bukayo Saka, he gets my man of the match, 2 assists and a goal. Quite simply, in every team, you have a player which the manager will always allow to play, even if he's having a stinker, because these players can produce one moment of brilliance which will win the game for the team. We used to see it with Mesut Ozil. Could be out the game for 80 minutes. Man, make one pass, goal. And this is Bukayo Saka. This is what Saka can do. Yes, he was having a stinker. In the first half, he was busy. I thought he played a little bit too slow. There was times when he could have run at Walker-Peters and he allowed the double up to come. He got in some good positions, didn't really deliver, didn't really get a shot away. But in the second half, when we needed someone to step up and make a pass count, Bukayo Saka, first goal, he wins the ball back in press. He then feeds Havertz, who slams the ball into the net. Second goal, cuts inside, beats 2 men, floats it to the far post, allows Martinelli to volley in, and then he's there when the defender slightly overruns the ball. First time effort into the bottom corner to wrap up the game. So he gets a 9 from me, man of the match performance. And sign of a brilliant player is when you're not at your tip-top form, you're still making telling contributions to the team.
100%. 100%. Havertz. Wow. Havertz. I mean, he's unlucky not to be man of the match today because the guy just works so hard for this team. His work ethic is unparalleled. I love him. I absolutely love him. You know, it's hard to see that I would have ever been able to say that after the first few months at Arsenal. But now I think he's brilliant. So another one who gets an 8.5 from me. Gal?
Yeah, so Kai Havertz obviously brought us back into the game with the equaliser. Another one who was having an okayish game until we needed players to step up to the plate, and he just steps. This guy steps up and he just hits home run after home run. You know, his work ethic is probably second to none in the team. You know, there was a point where he's won the ball in the air, and he's getting fouled, and he goes and wins the second ball, and he's getting fouled, and he's getting fouled all the way to the touchline with the player climbing over the back of him. And as he's getting pushed out of play, he has the presence of mind just to play the ball back to, I think it was either Calafiore or Marino. And that, to me, I mean, that's just phenomenal. The guy is phenomenal. You know, 7 goals in 7 games at home. But he brings so much more to the team than just goals.
Yeah.
And I think he has to be literally one of the first names on the team sheet for Arteta. So he gets a 9 from me. But if it wasn't for Saka, he would have got man of the match.
Yeah. And then Jesus, the enigma that is Gabriel Jesus. I mean, I could have given him a 4. And being honest, I could have given him a 4. Could have given him a 3. I just don't see the point of the guy on the pitch right now. And I know what Arteta's trying to get something out of him. He's going, all right, you know what? Today I'm going to give you some minutes. D says he's a fart in a jar.
I read it, but I was trying not to laugh.
Oh, oh dear. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could have given him a 3. I wouldn't say anything was wrong if you said get Tone. I'm giving him a 3. I think I'm just being nice because we won a game and I just feel happy. I can't be happier with my team. You know what I mean? And that must mean all of them because they all in it. But he was easily the weak link today, and it's just not doing it at all. Offensively,
Like he's been tasered. Oh, D, he killed it.
Oh,
okay,
that's funny. D, you are wasted. You are wasted, bro.
you need to come on and do it. You need to come on D and do a stream with us. You need to come on and bring this kind of comedy, man. Oh dear.
Oh.
Are you done with Jesus, Toad?
Oh, I'm done, brother. I'm done. That's
all right.
you.
So this for me. The experiment with Jesus was done from time. So far this season, we have seen this guy given minutes against Bolton and do nothing. Bottom of the table, Southampton, and do less than nothing. Whatever is less than nothing is what he produced today. All right. Now, I know that scoring goals is not his strong point. He's even admitted it himself. But the guy had one effort in the whole game. And I think it was actually going in until it hit the defender. It was a tame effort. But I think had it not hit the defender, it go through the defender's legs, it's into the bottom corner. But the guy can't even catch a bit of luck. And I think the team has surpassed him. Even when he wasn't scoring, he was creating chances for others. He was creating pre-assists. He was creating assists. He's not even doing that now. And I don't see how this guy can keep getting starts. He has to be a sub, not even first call sub. He has to be on the bench, and I don't even know what to say. Listen, I thought Eddie got treated really badly by Arteta, right? But I thought Eddie brought more to the team than Jesus did or does now. But Eddie only got like 3 minutes in every game, if sometimes less than that. And I don't, for the life of me, see why why Jesus is starting or why he's coming on first sub, first change. For me, he's gone in January. And you have to bring someone else in to fulfill his role. So Jesus, for me, today gets a free. There you go, D. He gets his free. Trossard is way head and shoulders above this guy on the team sheet, as is Havertz, as is Saka, as is Sterling. So I don't even know what else to say. Yeah, I agree with you, D. I would have sold Jesus over Eddie, and I know that that's the view of a couple of other people as well involved with Arsenal 101, but none of us are the manager, unfortunately. So we're stuck with him for the time being.
Yeah. So I've got no doubt that'll be the next change. I think I think Arteta's definitely got his defence in place now. He's got a wonderful selection there. His midfield again also pretty strong, considering we were out. We didn't have Marino, and we didn't have Odegaard for a couple of games. We still were winning games. We're still performing well. Going away.
Just quickly, we didn't rate Arteta. You gave him a 7. You gave him a 7. You want to elaborate?
I kind of get a feeling that he's trying to get a tune out of players
in the lesser games.
Yeah.
Or the so-called, should we say the so-called lesser games?
Yeah. But you know what? When things weren't going right, he made the right changes. He knew what he had in the locker. And he brought it out and said, okay, enough of this playing around, enough of huffing puffing. Let's get the boys on that really need to do the business. They came on, instant impact. Boom.
Yeah.
Job done. So for that, I give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm happy with the 7 for Arteta. I think when you've got a squad, you have to use it in the so-called lesser games. I would have liked to seen Partey rested for today and maybe Marino get a start. But he made the changes at the right time. On 60 minutes, he brought 3 subs on and he took off Sterling, Jesus, and who was the other one here? I can't even think.
Was it Jorginho?
And Jorginho, that's it. Yeah, so he made the right subs at the right time. So full credit to him. And I like the fact that he gave the fringe players the minutes. Although I don't know why Jesus was part of that, but hey ho, we can't have everything. So I'm happy with his 7.
Cool. All right, guys. That is me done. That's Gary done. I'm not going to go into the subs. Obviously, Martinelli, well played to him. Trossard, well played. Would have loved to have seen Ethan, who I sometimes call Eddie or Nathan or... But, hey, we now go into the break. Nicely placed in 3rd.
Joint second,
yeah. And yeah, onwards and upwards, guys. So everybody, I'm pretty certain if you haven't done so already, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'll see you in a few weeks' time. And yeah, Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Gaz, any last words?
Yeah, no, happy with the win today. I say we're going to the international break. Hopefully we come back with a nigh on fully fit squad. White, Tomiyasu gets more training. Odegaard is back. So hopefully fully fit squad after that. And we go again against Bournemouth and then Liverpool, top of the table clash. So up the Arsenal.
Let's go. Take care, guys.
Enjoy your weekend, everybody. See you soon.
Bye for now.